and welcome back to Time Flies, or should I say Dive Chronos. I know it's a bit confusing. The reason for that is just lately I've found myself buying increasingly more dive watches. Still have a great interest in aviation and military watches, but somehow I seem to have branched out into dive watches. You know how it is. Anyway, so from here on out, I'm going to run two branded channels. One will be Dive Chronos, the other one will remain as Time Flies, but I'll label them up front so you know which one you're tuning into. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get on with the review. Okay, so before we take a look at the Smurf, what a name for a watch. Just a bit of explanation of why I think I've got into dive watches lately. With the military watches, the aviation themed watches, I find that they go better with smarter casual wear. I like to wear into the office. They seem to, most of them seem to fit nicely under the cuff of a smart shirt. They're more muted colours. Yeah, they just seem, I guess, smarter in some way to wear that kind of environment, and that's where I work. Dive watches, maybe it's the summer months coming on, if you can call this weather that we're having summer in the UK. With the summer months coming on, I'm looking for more vibrant colours. Things that a watch that you can wear with shorts and a t-shirt and wear down the beach, wear by the pool. And dive watches, they just seem to fit that. They just seem to fit that. I think that's what attracted me to it. You know, just going down the beach one day, thought, you know, we'd like something a bit brighter to wear. And this is where I've ended up. So that's the reason behind it. Anyway, that's just my thinking. But let's go ahead and take a look at this Steel Dive 1953 Smurf. So, okay, here it is. Can we just zoom in on it a little bit? There we go. So, before we go on with the review, I should just explain that this watch does not come on this strap. Let me zoom out again, sorry. This watch does not come on this strap. For those of you who watched the Zulu Diver Octopod review, that I did just recently, I mentioned on there that I was hoping to order the watch from AliExpress, which I did. It arrived, and the strap that comes with it is actually a lovely strap. But I just really prefer, as those of you who've watched the channel a few times, NATO straps or material straps, two-part straps. And so here it is on the Octopod, blue hydro rib strap. I'll just close this up. I won't do a review on this again, but I think you'll agree that that does look really nice on that strap. There we go. Okay then, so a few specs about the watch. So, diameter of 41 mil, strap width or lug width of 20 mil, lug to lug 48 mil, thickness of 13.5 mil. That's not including the raised magnifier for the date window. There we go. There we are. At the heart of this thing is, yes, you guessed it, the standard NH35 movement. What else can I say about it? Screw down crown. Super Luminova, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. On the bezel, which is ceramic. At this price point, that's incredible. Ceramic bezel with Super Luminova on there and Super Luminova on the indices. Okay. Now, I've only been collecting watches for a couple of years, really. But during that period, I'm beginning to refine and understand what it is that attracts me to a watch. It's strange, isn't it? Because you've only got to look at the vast number of micro brands that are being launched onto the market and the array of designs, colours, specs, sizes, finishes that those watches come in, to see that everyone has very different tastes. And I'm really discovering, one of the things I'm discovering rather, is that I like a watch with less shine to it. So let me explain. So this watch has polished sides and a brushed front to the case, which is done very well, by the way. I know you can see it on this. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. It's done very well. So brushed finish to the case. Slight shine there, polish to the bezel. The insert, obviously being ceramic, has a shine to it. And the face, although it looks quite matte on here, it does, in sunlight, it does have quite a shine to it. But the point is that I'm discovering that I much prefer brushed finished watches. So ideally, for me, I guess this would be a con, maybe not for you. I would like to see this with a brushed finish to the edges. Yeah, and a brushed finish or a dull finish to the edge of the bezel. And if it was possible, I'd like to see this with a matte finish to the face. So, but that's just I bought it knowing that it was shiny purely because I really wanted a blue watch, a blue dive watch. Steel Dive were doing a great deal on AliExpress at the time. I picked this up for just over £50. And when you consider the spec on this thing, so as I mentioned, what's there before, the sapphire crystal, the ceramic bezel, the automatic movement, wind down, screw down crown, fantastic loom. Yeah, I went with it. Those things won me over, but really hasn't quite scratched the itch. You know, I'm looking for something that has a brush finish. Maybe you can make some suggestions. I'd love to hear your thoughts, suggestions. Just remember that all of these watches, that apart from the helm that's in the background there, all these watches are under £60. So maybe you could suggest something that's under £60. It's a nice blue dial, has those specs, but has a totally brushed case. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Okay, let's take a quick look at the strap. Okay, so here's the strap. So you have you can see I haven't even taken the plastic covering off the strap, and I probably won't. As I've mentioned in my past videos, I really do prefer NATO straps, two-piece straps. I just find them more comfortable, apart from the strap that came with the helm. Now, ironically, the helm is a chunky watch. I bought this one used on eBay. I was so pleased to get it. I've been on the waiting list for about 3.5 years to get one. One came up on eBay, paid just over £250 for this. Absolutely love it, but that's not for now. Let's talk about that another time. But the strap on that one is heavy, but I don't know, it's very comfortable and I like it. This one I haven't even tried. I took it straight off the watch. But let's take a quick look at it for you guys that prefer the stainless steel bracelets. So Steel Dive there on the clasp and the lock, the logo. Maybe I'm a bit slow. It took me a while to figure out that that's a diving mask and flippers and oxygen tanks, in case you hadn't clocked that. I don't know what planet I'm on. Solid end links, which is nice at this price point. Just pushing pins there on the strap. Now it does have 6 micro adjustments, which is nice to see. That's one thing with the stainless steel straps that often on cheaper watches you don't get, and you can never get them quite where you want them to. It doesn't have a diver extension on it, so if you plan on using this actually in the sea then, or wherever you're going diving, then it doesn't have that to put on over your wetsuit. But yeah, nice strap, obviously 20mm at the lugs, tapers down to 18. Not much to say about it. Single push, obviously under the lock, single push action, nice smooth action, clicks in nicely. There you go. Yeah, nice strap. One thing I forgot to mention about the watch, it gives you a depth rating of 300 meters. Whether that's accurate or not, I won't be testing, but that's what it gives you. It's 120 click, unidirectional bezel, meant to mention that too. And lovely sweeping hand there from the NH35 movement. Also, you probably know as well that the date magnification works really well. A lot of these cheaper watches, they're more of a distortion than a magnification, but this one really does work nicely. Nice shoulders to protect the crown there. Again, I wish they weren't polished, but there we go. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the loom shot and then we'll wind things up. Okay, so there you go. Great loom on this watch. You can see even the bezel It's glowing there. Just that point picked out on the second hand, sweeping round. I haven't shone any UV light on this. This is literally just from the kitchen where I was just recording a moment ago, and straight into my purpose-built dark room, which is the downstairs toilet. So there you go, nice blue lume on that. Okay, well that's it really for today. Just a short video. Once I've been wearing this one for a couple of months, maybe just come back to it, let you know what my thoughts are when it's had some time on the wrist. If you would like to hear a review of any of the three that are back there, so you've got the Invicta. I know the Invicta is a bone of contention for some people, and actually it is for me too. It was one of the first watches that I bought, and there's one thing about it that just bugs the life out of me. Maybe you can guess what that is. Why don't you suggest, see if you can guess what it is? What it is that really bugs me? Yeah, the Helm watch there. If you want to hear a review on that, and there's lots of reviews on those on YouTube. But if you want to hear a review on that one, happy to do it. And the other one is AliExpress brand Tandoori or Tandorio. Always makes me think of a curry, but that one's got the sterile dial. And actually, this is probably a stupid thing to do, but I already had the strap. This is a Zulu diver strap. I've mentioned their brand a few times on my channel. This strap was on offer. They usually retail at £24 or £24.99, and at the moment, I believe they're still there. They're on offer at £12.99 on the website. So I bought the strap purely because I really, really liked it, and then thought I don't have a watch for it to go with. So again, in the AliExpress sale, picked up this little Pepsi Tandorio watch. I think it was around about £35. NH35 movement, sapphire glass, again, polished case. Not sure if I like it or if I don't like it. I've only worn it once. It may not stay in the rotation very long and I'll move it on, but I do like the strap. Anyway, let's end it there. Listen, thank you for your time. Sorry if it's been confusing about which is dive watches and which are aviation watches. I have contacted a number of aviation themed watch manufacturers, if that makes sense, and military watches. Waiting to hear back so I can get some on loan to review for you guys. What would be helpful is if you haven't already done it, click like and subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more kudos it gives the channel, and that way the more people are likely to lend me watches to review. So if you can do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Until then, enjoy your watches, guys, stay safe, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.